All right. So this is the first episode, I guess, of Ready to Love discussion by Sharon, me,
And Mom, Thelma.
for Pure TV. Pure TV is a streaming network. It is Black owned by me. And I got into it because of wanting to save money, adding multiple TVs to my home, and not needing the extra cable bill. So if you're interested in some wonderful live TV entertainment, we also have pay per view, all of the sports channels, um, all of your premium cable channels live, as well as over 4,000 movies and TV series that are already there season after season. So, plenty of hours of entertainment, especially as we might be going back into lockdown. This is a way for you to keep your family entertained and happy and not break the budget. So, we thought we would discuss our show, Ready to Love, which is in season 3 right now. We watched the first 2 seasons faithfully.
Yes.
And so each week we will come on and we'll discuss the episodes. So we are in episode 2 of season 3, and um, we'll let's get into it. So, Mom, what is Ready to Love?
Well, Ready to Love is a total of 20 people that have decided that they are really ready to find love. And this season, very interesting because they are on a resort. There's no meeting somebody at one place and then at the end of the day going home and going to work. They are on this resort and they can't go anywhere.
They're stuck together.
It's just them.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that situation.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure they filmed this. Well, I'm not pretty sure. They might have filmed it during COVID, and so maybe that played into the whole bringing them onto a resort. Who knows? I don't know. That would be the safest way to go, because they would have tested them, they would have quarantined them. They have more access to making sure that everybody is staying safe. So I think it's a very smart idea to do it that way. And my mom brought up the resort. Where? So the resort is in Houston, and Houston is a new city. If you've watched the past seasons, Ready to Love is always taking place in Atlanta. And they talk about Atlanta singles and how it is to date in Atlanta. I don't live in Atlanta. My mom doesn't live in Atlanta. Neither do we live in Houston, but they're talking about how it is to date in different cities, especially for African Americans. So I think that is really different. The other difference I see with Ready to Love and some of the other dating shows, I don't know if you guys watch any of the other dating shows. I kind of watch all of them. Temptation Island and some kind of, Love Hotel or whatever. But this one, it's all African American cast. The age range is 25 to 50, I believe, but I think they went over on one of the castmates.
One guy,
he's a little older than 50. Yeah. So I think the dating age is really broad, but from the people that they picked, they're more so in their
40s,
early 40s, late 30s, is what they ended up with. And I think so far it's a good cast for what we can see. And I guess they get picked through a casting. We did find a questionnaire, how do they cast them? Because we just got off watching Married at First Sight, which is a different kind of casting, because these people actually be married when they first meet. So they have doctors on staff. They've gone through, I guess, some kind of psychological testing. They need to, and really want to make sure that they have the right people. Where this one, I think, is just, why are you looking? And I think they try to bring a good range of people, but try to make sure that people are actually ready to love. Now, last season, I think they messed up because one of the guys in the reunion, they found out he was married.
Yeah, but that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Like, what? And if he's married, what is the wife thinking? Like, you did a whole show knowing you was getting married. Like, what? Anyway, so I think that those are some of the differences that we see with this particular show, that yes, they may be ready, like any other TV show. People know they're going on to be on TV, so they might not totally be there for the right reasons, but we hope they are, so they're not messing with people's hearts.
Right. And I noticed one thing: a lot of them have already been married and divorced.
That's interesting.
That's a common thread.
That's interesting. Yeah,
There's only very few that have not ever been married, but a lot of them already have been.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's really good to know. And children, a lot of them have children already, and so that's a big topic of conversation when going into a relationship. Is not only do you have children or ex-wives, how old are these children? Because financially that plays into the relationship as well. Time that you're going to need to spend with your children, and just having that
responsibility,
the responsibility, and how you handle your responsibility. I know for me, when I meet a guy and he says he has children, I want to know, how does he treat his children? That's very important. Does he spend time with them? Does he financially support them? Because if you don't take care of your child,
guess what?
That's an indication that you might not want to take care of me.
Absolutely.
So, and I also look at, relationship with other people in their family, their parents, how do they treat their elders? Are they into church? A lot of them, I know, not last season, the very first season.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they have a preacher?
They had a preacher. He was a pastor.
Yeah.
And so his whole thing was, he was, of course, a pastor, and he was celibate and waiting to get married to, be in a romantic relationship with a woman. So, a lot of stuff happens on the show. I can't wait. So we've discussed what Ready to Love is. It's 10 weeks long. So they're in there. This was actually the first real episode. The other episode was a casting special. So they just let you know who's there.
Introduce you.
So we got 10 whole weeks. So we'll come to you on, the eve of or the day of, just to give our 2 cents, because we don't want to be a spoil alerter. This one is known for spoil alerting. We want to give everybody an opportunity to catch up and watch the show before we give you all the ins and outs and ruin it for you. So, and then please, we're going to post this to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, leave comments so we can discuss them on the show. Because we're going to talk about what we want to talk about, but we want to hear what you want to talk about too. And all right, so who are the people? That's the best part. Okay, so we have 10 singles. The host is Tommy, Uncle Tommy.
Correct.
Who's Uncle Tommy?
Uncle Tommy is he just runs the show, and basically towards the end of the episode, he'll go out and speak to the guys, and then he'll go and speak to the women and ask them who they like the least.
Mm-hmm.
And then, then he just makes that decision. Well, based on what the group has told me,
right.
And it's usually he'll have 2 people that stand out, 2 women, 2 men. And they'll be standing there, and he'll say, well, based on what information I got, you need to go.
Right. Tommy comes from radio. He is
Isn't Steve Harvey's
He's
nephew?
on Steve Harvey's nephew.
That's right.
And he's on the Steve Harvey morning show. And he's the main reason why they're in Houston, because he's from Houston. And so the creator of the show is Will Packer. And he said he's always been trying to get me to come to Houston to do the show. And I said, okay, let's do it. And, so it's going to be good. So who are the people? So we want to talk about some of the cast members. We'll just go down the list. We wrote down names. If we skip a name, tell the people that stuck out to us. So that makes, yeah. All right. So let's start with Joy. Joy has lots of hair.
She's beautiful. And she's beautiful. I like her. And she's got a nice personality. She's very positive. And she's a good choice, I think.
Yeah, I think she's great for TV. Like she said, she's beautiful. She's a very positive person. So if you say something negative, she's going to quickly switch it and make it a positive situation. And she enters into conversations very easy. She's easy to talk to. She knows how to she's a social butterfly. That's what I would call her.
You remember what she does?
She's some kind of a consultant, like a management or a business consultant.
Okay.
I think.
Really
I should have wrote that down.
Okay.
Some people I remember, some people I don't. You pick one.
All right. Simone. She stands out. She's a pretty lady. She's a attorney. She's got long blonde hair. She's a little uppity. She's a no nonsense type of person, and she seems to be like she can read you really quick and know I don't want to be. This is not for me, or this is for me, and I like that about her.
Yeah.
She's straightforward.
I think that comes with age. I think the more you've been out dating and meeting people, you know what you want and what you don't want. An interesting story about Simone, they talked about she found out, when she was dating, she would have, just having a hard time. And she brought it back to her relationship with her father. And she said that she needed to settle that relationship, figure out what's wrong with her relationship with her father before she can open herself up to a romantic relationship with a man. And so they went to counseling, and they have a better relationship, which now she feels she's supported and loved by him.
Right.
So now she can be supported and loved by a man. It's just not, her guard is a little bit pushed down now because she understands that relationship. So I thought that was kind of cool. But she wasn't a fan favorite of the men. She was really close to being, because she was one of the people that was on the bottom. She was very close to going home, and she was very surprised. Yeah. I think, like my mom says, she's a little not up. Well, I wouldn't say she's uppity. She's confident.
She bougie.
Yeah, she's confident. So it was her facial expression was like, "Oh no, I'm not at the bottom." I think the men aren't used to that level of questioning. She's lots
very
of
aggressive.
questions, and she is aggressive.
She's an attorney,
and she's an attorney. So once they found out she was an attorney, they were like, "Oh, okay, it makes sense." Yeah. So I'm gonna pick Edwin. Edwin is a chef. I like Edwin a lot. He is another positive person. He's very easygoing. Like, he wears braces, so he's paying attention to his looks, which is important. A lot of men don't do that. So I was like, braces, and he's older. So I was like, okay, cool. What would we say? He's like you said, he's a chef. He has this salt and pepper look going. He has the gray hair.
It looks nice.
It looks really, really nice. And I will say all of the men and women are very well groomed. They all look very, very nice and athletic, and their bodies are well put together.
There's no big guys there.
No
bellies. Everybody,
and that's different because some of the shows.
The last one, remember the guy that had the two girls fighting over him? What's his name? I know you're talking about. Because he was a big one. He was an NFL,
but he was more. Yeah,
he was more big.
He was big, but he was more football big. But he was big. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you pick.
Let me see. Oh, I like Jay. He's got a bald head. He's a real estate broker. And I like the things that he's said so far. He's talked a lot to Joy.
They make a very good looking couple.
They do. I think he was a good pick too for the show. Hopefully things work out for him.
I like Jay as well. I'm gonna go with Alicia. I like Alicia. Alicia is very tall, and she is. I think she's pretty. She's light skinned. She has a lot of tattoos.
She had the orange dress on.
No, she had on the blue dress.
The blue dress.
She's kind of a bigger girl. She's probably the only a plus size woman there.
Okay, yeah.
She's
pretty though.
She's very pretty. She's funny. I think she's extremely funny. I think she's great for TV. She's real quick-witted. She got something real sassy to say right back. You got something, she got something. I think she's probably been through some things, and so she's probably a no-nonsense woman too. But she looks like she's a lot of fun. She's the person that you want at your party.
She's good. I like her too. Let's see who's mine. I like Rashid.
Okay.
He's divorced, has a 7-year-old son, and I like what he said in the beginning. He didn't date. He wanted to make sure his son was comfortable with the divorce and set. And he said now he's good, so I'm good. It's time for me to get out and find some love. and I like his personality. He's got a lot of personality, and I think he'll be good. Actually, I like him and Adriana.
Adriana.
Okay.
I was gonna follow up with Adriana since you went with Rashid. I think that they're gonna end up being, and I'm gonna predict, and we're gonna put it on there, so we'll mark it. So you come back to us. I'm predicting that they will end up together. I'm predicting that unless something crazy happens, I think that they had something. And then my mom didn't say this, but they've met before. They actually dated. They were on a date.
Mm-hmm.
But he was fresh out of his divorce. She was fresh out of a relationship. So timing is everything with relationships.
Right.
And I think that by them being here is probably destiny. That they both ended up on the show together. And like she said, it was her fault. She ghosted him. She said, we went out and then I didn't talk to him no more, but she wants to reconcile and, make up for that. So I think they're going to be good together. And so Adriana's young. She's the youngest cast member. I think she's 31, something like that.
31, 32.
And she feels it. She's like, Some of the other ladies are like,
But she's very pretty. Very pretty.
Very pretty. She's a cheerleader.
Right.
And she's tall. They're both tall people because she's 5'10", I think she said. Mm-hmm. So she's a tall girl. She's a cheerleader, but she's very smart. And she didn't want people to think, she's a cheerleader, she's dumb. She's like, no, this is something I always wanted to do. She tried out. She had never been a cheerleader before, and so she cheered for, I think, 2 years, 2 seasons. So we like Adriana.
Yes.
I have no idea what she does.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I can't. What did Rashid? What does he do? Can't remember either.
They'll be doing nothing for the next 10 weeks but trying to find love. That's what they're gonna be trying to do. So I went with Adriana. You pick one.
David, the country boy. He was funny. I like him. I just don't know who he's gonna match up with, though.
No, I don't like him.
You don't like him? Why?
I don't know. He seems.
I know. What's the name? Don't like him. Simone don't like him.
No. You know what I think it is? I don't want to talk bad about people education-wise. I just think he's not as smart as some of the other guys. And it could be his accent. He's very country. I think he's down to earth, but he's not going to mesh well with everybody. It's going to be something. If he stays, it's going to have to be a unique connection. It's going to be something that these two people have. But I can see him going home.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding who he would match up.
That's why I said I can see him going home.
Yeah.
I just can't see him. I can't match him up with anybody. And the one person, I don't want to talk. Well, okay, we'll talk about that later. I could see him matching up with one person, but that's not going to be a possibility.
Who?
I'm going to say those for last. Danny. Danny is a single mom. She decided to wait on love because she had a baby young. And she raised her daughter. Her daughter's 20. She's also from the country. She's a country girl. And to me, they were the only. That was the only girl that he really connected with.
Yeah, they had a conversation.
Yeah, and so it was funny that her and Simone ended up being the bottom this week, and that's why they wanted to bring it up. Danny went home.
Yeah.
So all the men were like, she's not ready.
Okay.
But I think the problem with Danny is because she hasn't dated, she's
not comfortable.
She's not comfortable, but she has developed putting herself into a friend zone with men. And right off the bat, everybody loved her as a friend.
Right.
They didn't see her romantically. And so I think that's why she went home.
Yeah. She was cute though.
So we can mark off Danny and we can mark off Brian.
I want to do Denise. Denise is the coach. They always have a Denise in the show. She's very don't mess with me, I'll hurt you type of person. I can reach, I know when you're lying to me or whatever. She doesn't take rejection well.
She's drama.
Yeah, very controversial too. You got to really treat her with kid gloves or leave her the heck alone. Yeah. One of the two.
Yeah, she's not gonna get along well with anybody. I mean, even in the previews, I mean, even if they didn't have previews, I could tell you she was not gonna get along with everybody. But she's very aggressive. She is. She can make up her mind really quickly on if she likes you, if she don't, because that she do not like Rashid.
I don't blame her. He would get no drink for her.
She was like, but he was already like, nah, this is not a match.
He already knew that wasn't his type.
Not his type at all. She's not soft enough. She's very hard. You can tell she's been through some things. So she talked about her domestic.
Yeah, she said the last relationship she almost lost her life, which was wild.
And that's probably why she's so aggressive and defensive, because
she don't want nobody coming
at her like that no more. So that's Denise, but she's gonna stick around, because if you watch the previews, it's a lot of her. So I think she will be around for a while, but I don't think she's going to find love. That's just my prediction.
I don't know. We'll see.
We talked about that person. Winter. I like Winter. Winter is Orange Dress.
Okay.
She's very pretty. She seems very Southern Bellish, maybe real domestic. Someone that's groomed to be a wife. That's what I think with Winter. She's very pretty. She's bubbly. She's very cute. She looks like she can dress really well. So I think she's going to be liked by a lot of people. She will probably have a really good time on the show dating, mingling, because I think that she can date. I think she knows how to date multiple people at a time. And that's not something everybody can do. Some people, they look around and they find that one person and that's it. And they can only date one at a time. But you can tell she knows how to date multiple people and be comfortable with it and make them comfortable with it. Because I think that's another problem. I'm not like that.
She should do well.
She will do well.
She'll do well on the show.
You go ahead.
Who's the other, who's the chef?
Shay. That's the one we think we know.
Okay, Shay's the one that reminds us of April from Love and Hip Hop. She looks like her and she talks like her. And she's pretty. She's a pretty girl. I think she'll do well. I just don't know which one she's, is going to work for her.
Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping the two chefs would work out. I think that's what the producers and the hosts were talking.
That would be
in
nice.
The casting special that they would both do well and like each other. But to come, because we haven't seen that yet. I think she's another no nonsense. She knows what she wants. I don't know if she's aggressive, but she's definitely. I think she knows what she wants. That's the biggest thing, and she's gonna do well. She's gonna do well. She's very pretty. She's very pretty.
She is.
You picked Shay. I'm gonna pick. Let's go with Raymond. I think that's.
Oh, poor Raymond.
So again, the show is only supposed to be from 25 to 50. Raymond is 52.
I think Raymond has shared too much information too early.
Raymond came in with the doors, the windows wide open. He said, "Let me put it on out here," which is probably from experience. Like, people don't like to be lied to. People think there's certain things that you should say about yourself up front and let people decide, but then you don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
So he's talking about how he was a cheater and he was a hoe and he's a musician. He was on the road with all these celebrities and
he got 5 kids.
And he has 5 kids. So that's the biggest thing. A lot of the women, they may have children, but they may not have that many, or they don't have any at all. And once you go into a relationship with a man that already has 5 children, you probably are not getting a child from that relationship. Unless, he got the money like that.
And I don't think that's the case.
But I think he said his oldest is 24. So we don't know how old the youngest one is, but at a 5, I mean, I'm in that situation. My son has 4 brothers and sisters, and he's the oldest, and he's 20. So it could be like high schoolish, maybe. Could be the youngest. But he was on the road, so it could be really spread out, and it could be a lot of mothers. So we don't know.
We'll have to tune in.
We'll tune in. Yeah. So that's what is his name?
Raymond,
and we think Raymond will be going home soon anyway.
Oh, Raymond is 54.
He's 54.
Yeah.
He looks good. He looks 25.
Let me tell you. He said if it wasn't for this salt and pepper goatee,
you couldn't tell.
Wait, you save it all.
Yeah, could not tell his age.
Yeah, he looks good.
He looks really good for his age. He also was at the bottom. He was one of the chosen ones to go home, but he didn't go home. So I think he may fall in the bottom unless somebody clings on to him, because usually that's how it works. He goes to the women and says, "Who do you want to stay? Who are you more have a connection with? Who do you want to see where this goes with?" And he takes that into consideration.
Right. Did we talk about Alex?
No.
Which one was Alex?
Alex has like a short wavy hair. She was sitting with Sam, and she was like, "I get bored easy." And she's not memorable yet.
She's like in her 30s.
Yeah, she's a cute girl.
Yeah,
she's a real cute girl. I don't know. I think I think through the preview she's gonna stay around for a while, but I don't know.
I know.
We don't have much to say about her yet.
Mm-mm.
I think she's cute.
Yeah, she is. She's cute and she's smart. She looks like she's smart. Go ahead.
I think I put that next to her funny, and I put that she's a girl because she spells it Alex. So I'm assuming she's an Alexandra. Brian, the ex-athlete. I don't even remember who Brian is. That's all I wrote was ex-athlete.
Yeah, he's not sticking out.
He's not sticking out. That's a bad sign already.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about him. We don't know who.
I want to talk about Calafanti, Mr. Muscles.
Calfani.
Whatever. He got a whole bunch of muscles. Everybody likes him. And like the lady said, and he like everybody.
So in the preview, he is a ladies' man. But when he first got there, he seemed very insecure to me. Like he was the first man there, and as people started to arrive, you could see him shrinking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he did better when he went off to the sides and had conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a group chat person. He's more of a one-on-one to me.
I like the conversation between him and what's the rough lady, Denise, where they're sitting on the swing. He's rubbing her feet and everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, he seemed like a whole different person. He didn't even look. You didn't even see his muscles. Mm-hmm. You know, you were more like listening to what he had to say to her. Yeah. And from what I could hear, it was pretty nice. Yeah, what he said.
He has the looks, but in a group setting, he dims, but he brightens on a one-on-one. Uh-huh. So I think he'll do well. I think he will find well.
Him and them muscles.
He's gonna find connections. He will. So I think he's gonna be one of the people to stay. I will predict that he will be there to the end. I don't know who he's gonna be matched with, who he's gonna like, but I think he'll be there to the end. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Okay. Who we missing?
We did say.
Oh, my turn. Okay. KJ, smooth. He's the radio, Chris.
Oh my, Mr. Pink Suit.
Who Jesus? His outfit alone,
but he wore
well. He's a thin man.
DJ.
He's a DJ. Radio. He's your midnight. He's your late night.
He reminds me of Frankie Crocker back in the day. Frankie Crocker.
You have to explain because I don't know Frankie.
You know Frankie Crocker, New York. WWRL.
No.
Girl, I'll tell you about it later.
No. He has a real deep voice, and he said, "Yes, this is his natural voice. He has a beautiful smile. He speaks very well. He gets along with a lot of people. I think he already had a connection with Joy, but she's already friend zoned him. She was like, "Oh, there's a lot of nice little ladies here for you because they're beautiful."
I think she knows him.
She knows him. Yeah, she's like, that's her boy. She's like, I'm gonna have his back, but they're not together. She's definitely they're friends.
She's looking for love.
Yeah, and that's not it.
Right.
No, and that's what he said. It's hard too because he is a radio personality. People know him, and so sometimes people, because you're in their life every night or whatever on the radio, people feel like they already know you, and so that might cause problems with a woman that is not secure, or he has not made feel secure in a relationship. So if they're out and about and people come up to him, hey, and taking pictures, that might have something to do with why he hasn't found love yet.
Yeah. And then I think too, he was saying it's hard to tell, are they there for love or are they there to
benefit
themselves? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's true. It's
hard.
So that's KJ Smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Who else you got on your list?
I think my list is done.
I have
we did Jay already, right?
Yeah, I have Naya. Naya, we like. Naya is the pink dress, and she talked with KJ.
Yeah, I like her.
We like
She's
her.
a beautician. She has her own business. Yeah, I like her too.
She's a salon owner. She's really smart, savvy. She's beautiful. She's older. She's an older lady too.
Well, the Naya's in her 40s.
Yeah, she's definitely in her 40s. I think she'll be around.
Yeah, she's definitely
gonna stick. She's gonna find somebody that she's interested in for sure. And then I only have 2 people left on mine. I have Brian. I have no notes. Whoever Brian is.
Uh-huh.
And Sam.
Poor Sam. You know what, Sam, is everybody else was talking. They were talking. They had matched up, and they were working the room and going around talking to each other. And Sam was sitting outside on a picnic bench,
Yeah.
talking to himself.
Building up his nerves, more like it. He was like, I can do this. Um,
I think somebody. I think his mom probably said,
exactly.
"Go on, try this. See what could happen." But he got 2 kids, so I don't
mean anything.
Know.
But that's my red flag with the kids, because remember, he's not invited to be in their life.
And he wasn't even invited to be at the birth.
No,
that's what he said.
No, so there's a red flag. Something was definitely wrong with him, and there's something. To me, it's not something ain't right.
I didn't like. He didn't have eye contact with. Whenever he talked to somebody, he looking straight ahead and not, and they over here.
Yeah, he's not a social person at all. But he's an artist. So most artists are inverted. Yeah, he's an introvert. Yeah. He what else did they say about him? It was something else that they said to me that was like, it's a red flag. We're sorry about the noise.
They cut the grass.
Cut the grass.
But I think he will find love, but this show was not for him. No, he doesn't need it. That was too much.
That's too much attention. Too much for him. Too much pressure.
Yeah. He wouldn't have made it. No. They did the right thing
by letting him go. Mm-hmm. And that's it, guys. I mean, that's what we have. And like I said, it's at the end of it, we have 10. Well, now we have 9 and 9. Mm-hmm. But at the end of it, there will be 6 people, 3 ladies, 3 men, and they hopefully have found love. And the cool thing about this show is afterwards they do a reunion, and even though they don't right away find love, they find connections, and you see how the relationship grows amongst the entire cast. Mm-hmm. They become friends. It's a community, and they support each other. I know in the first season, when they came back, one of the castmates had fallen ill and was in the hospital. Yeah. And so they rallied around each other to support the girl that he picked, and just to, so that was pretty cool. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to it.
I love it because it's on Friday night. Yes. There was nothing on TV on Friday nights.
Yes.
And now I have something to look forward to.
Yes. And if you are ready to stream and watch it on Pure TV, definitely you want to, let me go ahead and put up Ready to Love airs on Friday nights. And I didn't put the station, but it is OWN. That's Oprah's station. It's on OWN at 9.
They'll show the previous show from last week at 8, and then at 9 o'clock you'll see the new show.
Okay, so there we go. So, which is kind of cool, because we'll probably try to air this, and then you can watch us, and then watch it, and then come back and put some comments and let us know what you think. So, but if you are again interested in Pure TV, puretv.com, and we do have a 24-hour free trial. You can get on there, but you get all of this great live TV, all these channels for a very low price of $25 a month, and that includes 2 devices. So please give us a call and watch Ready to Love Friday night at 9 o'clock.
See ya. Bye-bye.